Why are senators concerned? Once the tax cuts are enshrined, won't senators and congressmen be able to look at welfare reform and, fix the problem that way?
Well, first, the problem that we're facing fiscally in this country is really quite huge. The debt relative to the economy is the highest that it's been since we came out of World War II. And the deficits are, again, approaching $1 trillion. So the way to improve that is not first make it worse and then try to make it better. And this tax cut, which is structured to help grow the economy, is far less effective in either growing the economy or improving the fiscal situation, because so much of it is based on borrowing. There are a lot of gimmicks in this tax cut, so many things that will phase in slowly or expire all of a sudden, or pay-fors that are said to come in late in the game but probably won't. And all told, the tax bill will add over $2 trillion to the debt. So no, I don't think the argument that we can add $2 trillion to the debt and then come back and do the real work of fixing it later holds any credibility. And the way to approach this is do tax reform where the costs are offset now in a way that would grow the economy and not worsen the debt, and talk about spending cuts, entitlement reforms. I would have said ideally at the same time. They weren't even included in the budget that was just passed.
But you said it. Economic growth is expected. And right now, Tax Foundation is saying that lower taxes could expand the economy by 3.7% over the next decade. Wouldn't that, in some way at least, help offset the tax cuts?
So it's really interesting. I think that these two issues of economic growth and paying for themselves get conflated, because, yes, tax reform will grow the economy. Even if it's deficit financed, it may grow the economy. Though if the deficits are too large, it could actually weaken growth, because the negative effects of the debt outweigh the positive effects of the tax reform. It looks like this will be pretty neutral on growth, perhaps slightly positive, but not nearly enough to close the gap in the borrowing. And what it really is a huge wasted opportunity, because tax reform comes along basically once in a generation. There's so many things we need to do, certainly including modernizing our corporate income tax, but also getting rid of a lot of the tax breaks that we have, which are very distortive and harm growth in their own ways by misallocating capital. If we do those together, the growth effects would be much, much higher than what we're looking at from this reform bill.